Shalom Israel. Shalom Bashim Yahweh. Shalom to all the brothers up there. Shalom Yahweh. Shalom Bashim Yahweh. Shout to the sisters out there. This is ISPK Louisiana Lawcast coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Our job is to educate blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people indigenous to this land about their true heritage. Where they come from. Or who should they be following? And the thing about it, they should be following the Most High. And not all these different religions, that's out there. Not all the different religions. We in the ISPK actually, do our best to try to show the people what they're supposed to be doing. Especially, blacks, Hispanic, our 12 tribe, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's truthful in Mayfair, but the Bible wasn't made for everybody. It was just made for the tribe of Israel. But they all love to say that it was meant for everybody, but it wasn't meant for everybody. And then, and some of them, they teach and they be saying one thing, but living another. That's about what this class is about, hypocrisy, or y'all like to say it, hypocrites. You get a definition of the word hypocrite. It says the word hypocrite comes from a Greek word that means play actor. Now, how many of us through the years have seen play actors saying they love God, they love their brothers, but hey, you see them on one end, they acting this way, on the other end, they acting another way. So that's, like I say, he's a play actor. He pretending to be something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? A hypocrite is someone pretends to be something that he or she is not in order to receive recognition or gain. They want gain for their fellow man. They ain't worried about what Most High said. They worry about what the next person see. They worry about what the next person see and what they're gonna say about them. Just like when we came into this true way, a lot of us came from Christianity. We saw the most on hypocrisy there. They sitting there dancing and shouting and hand clapping that Sunday. By that Sunday night, they back in their world of sin.
Right.
They in their world of sin, though. But they wonder why their membership is going down. People starting to see that now. People done took the blinders off. They see what's going on, and then you got to watch it. And then they start seeing these Hebrew Israelites groups that's sprouting up everywhere. They following them, but yet they be on the phone with the ISPK telling them what's going on in those groups. You got like an IUIC calling people from the IUIC calling all the time because they gonna sign that non-disclosure agreement. They call the priests and prophets of the Most High and the ISPK and tell them about their woes, what's going on. They say this, but they don't do it. So that's got to be tough. You done uprooted from what you came to grow up to believe in. Find out that's not the truth. Then you get to something else, gonna find out that's not right either. This got to be heavy. And then you can't leave because IUIC, like I said, they police. They probably watching them, probably giving all the kind of threats to them people and everything, that's all fitting up. That's why they be calling, the ISUK, calling the generals and the captains and some of the officers, telling them what's going on, But that's just the part of being a hypocrite. When you're a hypocrite, you're like I say, you'll show one hand, but just don't know somebody watching you. You see, we go to the word hypocrisy. See, the practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform. Like I say, you say you one way, but your actions show something else. Just like you could be, they just say you off in the truth. You saying, hey, you follow the law, statute, commandment, but on this end, somebody else saying something about you that somebody close to you. And they saying one thing, but you are saying you're another, So you got to watch it up here because people are watching. They're watching us in this truth. They say follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and they watching us every day. We might not know, but they watching us. They trying to see one little thing, for they can say, even though they know, hey, you don't come to the barbecue cookouts no more. They be serving pork. You don't celebrate none of the holidays, even though family meet up. You don't do none of that. You don't eat none of the you don't eat those with the catfish, fish fries no more. Or none of that. Crawfish, boils, none of that. You don't go to none of that. They see that. They see it first with your diet, and then they start saying, they try to hold up and say, no, the Bible said the law done away with it. And they say, Matthew 5:17 say, think that I'm not coming to destroy the law. So Christ came back. He ain't coming back to destroy the law. He came back to fulfill the law, showing that you can follow this law too. So you can follow this law too. It's not done away with. It's not done away with at all. But let they tell it. Christ came back to law is dead. Law is dead. We are the grace. And in Romans 6:1 it tells you, should you continue saying that grace may abound? God forbid. Mm-hmm. But see, that's what the hypocrites do. They use those scriptures try to trip you up. Try to really trip you up on trying to follow them. You ain't got to do all that. It don't take all that. You don't take all that jumping and shot deep. What good that's doing? What's good that doing? I'm running around the church like I'm on a marathon. What good that's doing me? When the Most High, He's watching everything. That's who you're supposed to be. Like, ain't worried about who's seeing them in the world when they should be worried about. Hey, the Most High sees everything. You think He's gonna turn a blind eye to that? You think just because you say God forgive me, then go back and do the same thing, come back next week, God, can you forgive me? The Most High ain't digging on that. He ain't finna play with you.
Right.
Like you say, I prefer you to be hot. I prefer you to be cold. Than lukewarm. Since I'm speaking out my mouth. Mm-hmm. We're going to go to the first scripture. Proverbs 11:9.
Proverbs 11:9 out of 1. Come on, sir. I got you. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 9. A hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered.
It's a hypocrite, he said, with his mouth destroy his neighbor. Yeah, because he pointing the finger at what you doing instead of not looking back at him. He ain't looking at him, but he quick to point out your faults. That's how you destroy your neighbor. Like, you ain't right. You ain't right. So what business you got telling this brother that you ain't right when you have to look back at yourself? You ain't right. You don't destroy that person, but but like I said, you have to be wise. You have to be read up. With these scriptures. That's why it's good to call in, get counsel and all that. For you can have that type of wisdom.
Come.
Instead of getting tripped up by somebody that's not living right. So I remember being in a Christian church when I was young. It was like all the time. You already see it growing up, even when you little. Who was right in the church. And then you come to find out wasn't nobody right in the church. You get older, you find out ain't nobody right. Ain't nobody right. This deacon sleeping with sister such and such, sister such and such sleeping with elder such and such. You got a gays in the choir. Then and the pastor up there acting like he don't see nothing. Well, the only thing he's saying is God gonna judge him. He gonna judge you. You the leader of this flock.
Right.
This your flock. And you allowing this to go down, hey, Most High gonna deal with you. You the watchman. You the shepherd. You know. That's why this hypocrisy allowed to go on, because you know, they were all they worried about is getting some money. You know. After when I got old, that's what I found out. They was after money. They weren't caring about nobody life being better. They weren't caring about, you know, is this sister delivered from her demons? What for is they doing? They adding on the demons. You know, they adding on to the demons that was already there instead of getting rid of them.
It's a lucky, sir, on those commercials with those white preachers be on those things like for the small fee of $3.49, you can have your sins forgiven.
Yeah.
Like, and people don't even realize, like, why I gotta pay $349 just for the Lord to forgive my sins?
That's the hypocrisy of it all. It's a hypocrisy. You know,
people send that money.
Yes, people do send that money in. A lot of people. You'll be amazed. A lot of people or they like, you know how you used to get in the mail like a prayer rag, you know, you lay this under your pillow or something like that. You gonna be getting financial gain or something like that. I'm like, really? You know, like I said, you had to get older and wiser, you know, get off into this truth, you know, and start seeing all the hypocrisy that was going on right up under your nose. No, but you just didn't know it because you didn't have wisdom enough. You just being a follower. You know, on anything, you know, you just grasping at straws. You know, you want to live right, but you're not taught to be to live right. No, you're not taught up in these in the other organizations to live right. You know, to follow the law, statutes, commandments. You're not taught that. They tell you quick. You know, laws are dead. You know, and all that. That's all they say. That's all they say. And they wonder why, you know, you got Hebrew Israelites, you know, especially one West, we probably the most hated. You know, we all on the southern part of the Law Center saying talking about we're a hate group. I hate, you know, and I have yet to see what about ISP is a hate group. I done been here for just a few years and I ain't seen it yet. I didn't see it before I ever joined in.
Right.
You know, like, and had to just really start watching and listening. This, you know, they don't want other black people to have this, you know, be a part of the ISP because they know once the 12 tribes join up, start finding these laws that's better. Most High coming, gonna send the son back to destroy America. And that's what they're scared of. That's why they gonna vote. That's why they gonna vote critical race theory taught in schools.
Right.
You know, they don't want you to know the true black history, all the black inventors who eventually stole from them. You know, they don't want you to know this was actually created by a black man or a Hispanic man. You know, so anything the 12 tribes ever built, the oppressor took away and claimed it as his own. That's all he did. Yeah, you know, we don't get no recognition. No, what they done gave us 2 holidays, Martin Luther King and not Juneteenth. Well, you know, as far as Origin Mike was concerned, you know, he was one of the biggest hypocrites. You know, he's one of the biggest hypocrites. He said, you know, he was a man of God, but he get with his little crew, and they having orgies with the sisters and everything, and he up there having sex with white women, you know. The oppressor, you know, his daughter, he having fun with them. But yet, you know, everybody like to say they killed Martin Luther King because he was trying to lead black folks. Hey, yeah, he didn't lead us nowhere but into a burning house. You know, I remember, like I said, if it wasn't for the ISUK, we wouldn't even know this little piece of knowledge that how he came up, you know, with an interview just months before he died. You know, saying, I believe I led my people into a burning house. You know, we still have a long way to go. You know, so he had, dealt us a bad debt. You know, he dealt us a bad debt that you know, the FBI had tapes and wiretaps of him, all what he was doing. They knew what was going on with him. You know, he was doing things he had no business doing. Then saying he was a man of God, and they was calling him all kind of names. They stayed on Martin Luther King. About how he was doing his inner doings and stuff like that. Just like when he was going to get the Nobel Peace Prize, they tried to get to get him to take it. They even threatened him about putting out his business, but they never did. It didn't come out to about the late 80s, early 90s about what he really was doing, what his life really was like. But you can go to Ecclesiastes 1:29. Go to the Apocrypha.
The Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus. You say 1:29 out of 1?
Come on. Yeah, we like I said, like Martin Luther King was concerned, he didn't care. I wonder this is what I can't get. His kids know that now. Why they still? I wonder why they said, well, his dream led us into a nightmare, but they're still trying to hold on to a dream that is no longer there. They're still trying to get us to hold on to that dream. Which we know this dream is dead. The dream is dead. We're not gonna be holding hands with little white boys and little white girls. We're not gonna be holding hands.
God, I don't know.
Not gonna be holding hands. You got that?
God. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 21.
29.
Oh, Salakia. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thy fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
But it says, speak, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men. But this thing about you, the Bible said don't be a hypocrite in the sight of men. But why do they do it? So I can't get over. Why do they do it? They be quick, hey, this it's all about the dollar, it's all about a dollar. They don't care about they don't care about the people, the ones that want to be right. They don't worry about them. All they worry about getting their pockets filled, but they rather be a hypocrite. They rather be a hypocrite. What in the sight of men? But the Bible says don't be a hypocrite in the sight of men. But they will anyway. So they've been doing it so long they can't stop. They say, and take good heed what thou speakest. No, they let anything come out their mouth now. They let anything come out their mouth. They tell you, what they say, what immaculate conception. They want you to believe in that so bad. The God came down from heaven and had a baby with Mary. When that's been debunked and everything. It was right off in the scriptures, right for their face, but that's something that the Catholics came up with what Council of Nicaea, that Christ was a human or a deity, and the majority say he was a deity, and that's how you got that right there. And they say, and don't what it say, verse 30 say, don't exalt yourself.
Another one called, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
You say you're gonna exalt yourself to be something that you can't do. Or something you say you are, but the Most High sees that. They're gonna bring you down. Like just like it's like I remember being watching the story on Jim Jones. He had a school out there, South America, I can't think of the town, but he had a whole compound. He was talking against the Nation of Islam, and you know, Nation of Islam say, you know what, they follow after the Israelites God, you know, but they're quick to say, oh well, it's not the Israelite religion. Which what is it then? Ain't they the one that came up with it? You know, it wasn't handed down from God. You know, they came up with that. It was teaching what Honorable Elijah Muhammad was teaching that it was the only religion for black people. And yet, you know, when it came down to it, you know, when it come to find out about Elijah Muhammad, he was having all kinds of little teenage girls, having babies with him, you know, and then leaving them, you know, having babies was leaving one take care of his kids, you know, and that's where what, you know, that's what came up by him, and then as far as Malcolm X, you know, he was ousted from the group, and then and he started up his own group, and they started talking against the Nation of Islam, and you see what happened to him. You know, he ended up getting killed. Who killed him? I don't know. You know, I don't know who killed him. You know, but when you exalt yourself, you know, to be more, the Most High gonna bring you down. That's why, you know, it's best to stay humble. You know, it's best to stay humble and learn and keep learning. You know, like I said, you know, you be as a babe. You know, like I said, I never pump myself up to be something that I am. I'm not. You know, I'm still learning this truth and gonna continue to learn. You know that. And sometimes, you know, I try to teach, you know, my son now because, you know, it's been a rough 7 years for him. But, you know, I ain't trying to force this on him because I don't want to feel like, you know, just something, you know, you got to do to live. You know, you ain't got to do it. And, you know, I just want you to come see the class, you know, because he done met been across all kind of hypocrites, you know, and, you know, been across all kind of hypocrites from being in the Christian church and all that. You know, so you know it's kind of hard getting them to see something else, but I'm gonna keep trying. You know, keep trying. Let me see. Let's go to the next verse. Let me see. We'll go to Ecclesiastes 33:2.
Ecclesiasticus 33:2.
Huh.
God. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and verse 2. A wise man hateth not the law.
Now, y'all hear that? So a wise man hateth not the law.
But he that is an hypocrite therein is a ship in a storm.
He is a hypocrite. Is a ship that is in the storm. So let's say you off in the. They say the sea is an unpredictable thing. You don't know what's gonna happen on the seas. Just like you don't know what's gonna happen with a hypocrite. You know, like say he says one thing, but he lives another. You know, he lives another. You know, it's just like having a politician come to you. You know, he gonna say he gonna do this and do that, but as soon as he get in office, he don't do none of that. You know, he don't do none of it.
God,
He forget all about his constituents. You know, until the next time he want to run for office, that's when he remember you again. You know, so that's a hypocrite right there. You know, he was like, you know, Medea is a hypocrite. There is a ship in a storm. You gonna get tossed and turn every which way. But you being a hypocrite, you know, you're gonna be tossed, turned, or you might just go out of David Jones' locker. You know, so you know, all right, you know. That reminded me when I was in church. You know, I was the biggest hypocrite there was. I didn't care. I said the deacon having women. Hey, I'm gonna have them too. I probably wasn't no more than about 17 or 18. I mean, that's why I learned most of the stuff I had no business learned in the church. You know, so I knew how they was going. I just say nothing because I was getting, you know, I was doing the same thing they were. You know, but them the ones, you know, they had all kind of rank up in the church and everything, but they doing the same thing I'm doing. So I ain't had no problem. When I got a little smarter, I ain't had no problems leaving that behind. You know, no problem at all. That's why I'm glad. Even though it took me to get old to find this truth, I wish I could have found it 20 something years ago. I'm glad I had it anyway.
Right.
Sir.
I'm gonna tell you about being the ISPK. Like I said, you're not gonna get along with everybody all the time. And you ain't gonna agree with what you see all the time, but you gonna have that love. You're gonna have that love. The thing about it, you gotta stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. God will show you. He will show you, where you need to be, how you need to go. Don't be like I said, you don't worry about what this person doing. You trying to get the kingdom trying to get the kingdom yourself. If you see a brother, slipping and all that, hey, ain't nothing wrong with telling him. And it's up to him if he listens. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna go to Matthew 6:2.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 2, sir. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 2. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrite do, in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
When they do is thy alms, what you do for the poor. And you see people off in the Christian make they advertise what they do. So we giving this, we gave this, gave that. But yet, especially with the Roman Catholic Church, they do it. They say they doing this, doing that. But hey, they are up there raping little boys all the time. They ain't but they don't want to. They don't want you to mention that. They want you to mention all the good that they do. It's like just like when the ISUPK give out food, don't everybody know? No, everybody don't know. Everybody don't know it. They just see them out there, giving out stuff. They pop in the worst part of the neighborhoods. The worst place you want to be. When they go out, get out there and deliver food. I'm glad when we get our started here. It's a work in progress, but that's what we're trying to do, and it's gonna get done. I know it. Let me see. You don't want to. Let me see. We don't want to be like the Sadducees and Pharisees. They want to be seen of men. They want men to see them to give them praise instead of giving praise from the Most High. That's why Christ was so hard on. He was so hard on going, always telling them, pointing the finger and let them know, hey, all you care about what men think of you. You ain't worried about the Most High, and that you ain't worried about that. Let me see. He says that they may have. He said, they're gonna have. If they do it, they say they're gonna have their reward, and they got their reward. He said, when you were not doing your arm before men, Most High gonna give you your reward. Let's see. I'm gonna skip down to verse 5.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corner of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
So when thou prayest, I should not be as the hypocrites are. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues in the corner of the streets. I just imagine, back then, they are praying, acting like they're so holy, but yet they can't feed that hungry brother. It ain't no cameras out there, ain't a bunch of people out there to give them praise. They ain't gonna do it. If it's just you and that person, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. You can ask them, they ain't gonna do nothing, unless they are seen to me. Like they don't want, like I said, when you praying, don't go in your closet. Nobody supposed to know you praying. You know, that's when you have your personal time with the Most High. It ain't for everybody to know. You go screaming out the street, "Oh, I'm just so holy." You know, when you're not. You know, that's a lot to the chat. Shalom, Washington, shout out to the chat. Shalom, Shamar, Washington, outside. Like I said, they try to they want to be seen as prayers, like how they had all those religious shows, like on the TBN and all that. Then they get up there and say, we need could you just, like sister bring it out earlier, you send in $350 and you're gonna get a blessing from the Lord. I didn't know the Most High was charged for his blessing. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. It's just probably me. I think it's probably me. Because I know I ain't never said 350 and waited for the Most High to do something for me. I mean, how long this been going on? What you got? What for back in the day? Which had Reverend Knight back in the day? Billy Graham. And now you got Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, all the different characters now. And they don't made millions off the back of the people. And they are hypocrites. They you saw how they be on TV, they praying, they sweating, they carrying on like they just praying so hard. They just I'm praying for your people. I'm praying for you. They just the biggest phonies they is. But you got so many people that's downtrodden and want to see they know who to target. They know they ain't finna come. If you come into this school, her the priest, you're just not going to them. You're not going to even go to them because you already know what that's about. They are after your money and your mind. There's them two things they after. They get your money, your mind, and they get your money. Let me see. But like I said, like I remember, when I first ever said the first prayer, it'd be like, well, it'd be the Lord's Prayer when you learn with your grandparent. And I would always wonder what my grandmother, when she prayed, she would go in her closet. And then I just know she told me the Bible, they go to Matthew 6 and something like that.
Yeah, it's right here, out of 1. 6 and 6.
Yeah, 6 and 6. Yeah.
Concept.
That's what she did way back a long time ago. That's what grandma did. Nobody didn't see her praying. Even though she was the evilest woman there. I thought but she did pray right. That's one thing I give her. She did do a prayer right. Nobody knows she was praying. Boy, when she came about that prayer clause, she was hell on wheels. Go out there and kiss that chicken, boy. We need some dinner tonight. Grandma was here, Okay, now we're finna go to let me see. And it said, what? That they need to be singing a man. I'm trying to figure out what can another man say you're praying, what you want. I'm trying to figure out what they want with the recognition. Oh, you so holy, praying and stuff. Anybody can say a prayer. It ain't nothing to it. Just like anybody can get up in a church, sing, dance, and shout and run around the church. But yet, point a finger at somebody else when they know they're doing wrong. Like I said, it's the biggest form of hypocrite, you know. But you know, just going on. Let me see. Let me get Matthew. Yo, just read Matthew 6:6. Yeah, read that again.
Come on, sir. Book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 6. But when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut the door, pray to the Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
Mm-hmm. And Jesus Christ telling them, hey, if you go into your closet and you pray secretly, you know, the Most High gonna bless you, you know. But you know, yeah, like I said, you have, you know, they've been taught to let somebody see you while you praying. You know, they ain't thinking about getting they blessed from the Most High. They worry about getting they blessing from me. That's why you see a preacher in a $5,000 suit. You know, he ain't worried about nothing. That's why you see him driving a Maserati or something like that, and you go barely make it. You know, that's why you see that. That's why you see him living in a $1 million house, and you paying notes here. You paying mortgage every month. His paid for. Yours not. Mm-hmm. Okay. We go to Matthew 6:16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
It's just like we had a Day of Atonement. Those that's able to do it, it's not on medication or anything like that. We do it. Ain't nobody on the phone. Oh, I'm just waiting till sundown. If I could eat. Ain't nobody on the phone saying nothing like that. When we do it, we just doing it. You know, like what Officer Oswald said, don't even swallow your own spit when you're going through day of atonement. You know, you don't eat nothing. You know, from sundown to sundown. They do say, don't even swallow your own spit. I mean, we ain't on the phone with each other about or telling somebody else, oh no, with my school, we gotta go at the day of atonement. I gotta fast. No, we're not doing that. Like, hey, you want something? No, I'm not hungry. You know, they ain't for them to know what you doing for the Lord. That's for you to get your blessing. I ain't for them to know. You know, just want to be like the, like the hypocrites, be like, oh, I'm so hungry. I don't know if I can make it. Yeah, you can make it. You know, you make it. You gonna make it. Yeah, you prayed up. Jackson, you prayed up. You stayed up. You can make that. Just having doing that with the side comments. That's a hypocrite. You staying fast. Oh, I say when we get to the school and we smell that food cooking, you're gonna get weak. You get weak, you wait for that sun to go down, okay? Yeah, you wait for that sun to go down. Mm-hmm. But, that's one thing I learned about being an ISP. You be a hypocrite, you're gonna be quickly found out. Like I said, and here they point the finger at the hypocrite. They gonna get him. He gonna either get right or get gone. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Matthew 7:5.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 5. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
Tell a hypocrite, in other words, why is you talking about that brother doing this when you doing that? When this is what you doing here. This is what you doing here. You say he ain't right, you ain't right either. So how you gonna catch the boat out of his eye when you got a beam in yours? Just like, hey, you see a brother, he can't, let's just say he doing doing something, but yet you doing something, but yet you want to rebuke that brother. Man, you can stop that. I want to take you to counsel and all that. I can you want to take somebody to counsel when you need to be in counsel. Mm-hmm. You want to take this person to counsel, you need to be in counsel yourself. But like I said, but that's what a hypocrite would do. He quick to point out something wrong with you, but he ain't looking at himself. The thing about it, he knowing about himself, but he don't want to say nothing about it. He want to be hush hush. He want to be quiet. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's why I thank God for them ISUPK. For getting me from around it. Like you say, I ain't had in my family, we still good. I don't go to the cookouts anymore, for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Memorial Day. I had to explain to him, it says what Amos 5:21, God say I hate your feast days. That's why I'm not coming. Ain't that I don't love y'all come because the Most High say I hate your feast days. That's why I'm not able to say you have it on the day after I can come. But I see, a lot of them don't have no days off until that time. But I can't be there. Don't mean I don't love y'all. It's just I can't be there. Following the Most High now. Okay, that's just like I'm doing that. But yeah, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I'm being a hypocrite. I might as well go to the feast with the family on Memorial Day, on Christmas, and on Thanksgiving. What's the difference? One sin don't blind another. Like I say, even you do the least of the transgression, you done broke the whole law. You don't broke the law. It ain't no little sin and big sin. Sin is sin. Mm-hmm. All right, we go to Matthew 15:7.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, and verse 7. Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth. And
hold it right there. So these people draw nigh unto me with their mouth. Don't they remind you what you just left? They quick to say, "Hey, I love God. I love Jesus." But this all it is lip service. That's all it is, just lip service. Because when you need them, they ain't nowhere to be found. You don't gotta want no money from them. You probably just want to you probably have a problem with something. I want to have somebody to talk to, and they ain't even good for that. They're not even good. They're not even good for that because they like I said, they draw a line to God with their mouth. That's all they doing. Just like they do up in the churches. They scream and shout down they love God, but the minute they get out of there and get back into their home life, you know them, and you see what they doing. Like just got to church. You just got to church, and they doing this. Like I said, that's all they doing, saying they love the Most High, but they don't. They are living their own life. They living two different lives. So go ahead and finish reading.
This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Yeah, but like what? Yeah, hold it right there. That's just like what? Jeremiah 17:9, who can know the heart? I think that's what it is. Who can know the heart?
The heart is desperately wicked.
The heart is desperately wicked. Most High know that. They don't know it, but the Most High do. So they're saying, God knows my heart. Yes, He does. He knows exactly how your heart is. The only thing you doing is saying with your lips you love me, but by your actions you don't love me. If you out here messing with another brother's wife, hey, you don't love me. If your sister, you mess with somebody other than your husband, hey, you don't love me. You know? So that's what you know, that's what drawing out to your lips, drawing out to the lips, just give them the lip service. The Most High is not a fool. The Most High is not a fool. You may fool everybody, but the Most High, you're not fooled. We're going to go to verse 9.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 9. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
But say you ain't teaching no commandments of God, they're doing it in vain. There's nothing when they do it. There's nothing to the Most High what they doing. They like I say, they say they love, they say they love God, but but all it is just talk. It ain't it's not nothing that they can that the Most High, they know the Most High and do not approve of it. He said they in vain worship me, teaching for doctrines of the commandments of men. But like all these doctors they got going on, in the church, they ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. As far as his law, statute, commandment, but just to do with men. Like what they be like what wash your hands and all that and just it's like how we like so we they had their doctrines about they like want you to follow this, don't hold up one finger when you walk through the church, stuff like that, instead of having the doctrine of God, they come with some man on the road, they don't know. They're not even trying. That's why they would be called hypocrites, because they teach about what men want, not what God wants. All right, let me see. So we go to Matthew 23 and 13.
Okay. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Hold it right there. So, but woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. So they're not teaching. Not teaching how to get the kingdom of heaven. Mm-hmm. And they teach it. They teaching. Heaven is some spiritual place that you go to. Well, heaven is a condition. Hell is a condition. See, they shut up. They shut up. For us like you need to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. We got to come back to that. They're not teaching that. They teach that God loves everybody. When Christ come back, we all gonna have a kumbaya. This is what they teach. Go ahead.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. You need to go in yourselves, neither suffer ye that go in. It's just like when somebody here family member died. It's just like when our family members died too. We hurt just like they hurt. And then or they were like let's just apply this to the church. For the church they let me see, they they don't, like I said, the fact like you going through something. And so the pastor like said, let me see what we can do to help you. They go first thing come out of his mouth, let's pray about it. Your mortgage due. And they instead of them saying we finna sell, can we take up a collection? No, we're gonna pray about this. No, they're gonna pray about it. Even though he got a roll in his pocket, but won't come out a couple $100 to help you. Mm-hmm. So he ain't suffering just like somebody like I said, somebody in the family died, If you ain't got enough, for the burial, they ain't trying to help you. They ain't trying to help you at all. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Go to 14.
Chapter chapter 20, Matthew chapter 23 verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation.
This Christ talking. You talk. You're talking to the Sadducees and Pharisees. You say, hey, he said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, for you devour widows' houses, and for a preacher to make long prayer. Like you don't help out the widow or the fatherless, like that. But you want to sit up and make a long prayer like you so holy in front of everybody, But yet you ain't doing what you supposed to do, as far as with let's say with the unmarried, with the widow whose husband died, barely making it. That's what the church was set up for. To help the widows and the young mothers that with children with no husband. That's what they was. That's what those tithes was for. That what those offerings was for. But no, they take it, put it in their pocket, and don't do none of it. Go ahead.
So like the other one. So is that just for the children of Israel?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, everybody else is just hangers on. Like I said, this is our history. This Bible. And we know how you can't. It's hard to find Black history. I'm gonna tell you this: like books that used to cost about $10 or $15, now they over a couple of hundred to a couple of thousand that have Black history because they don't want us to know our history. Right. Really. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want us to know our history. Since Hebrew Israelite caught on. Oh, they done start raising the prices on these books. Like I bought my first one like this, probably like $5-6, and now it's probably like $20-$30, man. Or go up. Gonna go up. Say, Yakuban.
Come
Yeah, I know. Do you remember how preachers love to be in church and pray for about an hour?
I remember that. I remember having studies.
What good is that prayer for an hour doing?
Salaki Adawan. Hey, I remember them having shut-ins.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. I remember those times, man.
Oh yeah.
And I just was thinking Adawan, not only is this the preachers, but also you got the politicians. When our people shouldn't even be voting, we should be coming straight to the Lord. But that's another commandment of men, where our people love to think that we need to go pray. I mean, we need to go vote, when all we need to come back to is our Lord, and He gonna hear and understand. God.
Yeah, because that voting ain't did us no good. What? We wanted affirmative action. What? 50 years later, it's gone. What they say, a lot of people were shamed because the affirmative action got them their job and got them in school. Hey, now you ain't got to worry about that no more. You got to worry about getting to Harvard. You're not gonna go because it's not gonna let your black blood up in there.
Yeah.
It was only a small number anyway going there with affirmative action. So they're probably still at the 7% get up in there. Ain't enough to scratch that.
Right.
Yeah. And the man of sin is he being revealed, whether our people want to reveal him or not. Our people want to conceal him. The preachers want to conceal him. Everybody want to conceal him, but he coming out. The Lord is exposing who the devil is.
Exposing them every day. And that's what they hate. He exposed them so as soon as he cover one thing up, we done dug something else up on him. Yeah. He can't hide it no more. That's why he just, oh well. They know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. They know I'm the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know. Yeah, they know that. You know. Let's see. Go to verse 15.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compare sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
So, you know, that's just something they don't raised up. You know. And then in turn, to follow God's law, they turn to follow man's law. Like I said, they make them twofold more the child of hell. It made them worse than what they was. They was already bad. And then got proselyte and turned them, and it made them worse than what they were altogether. It's like it's like when you come in this truth. You get you hear from the prophets for the Lord. You get taught to go through that 90 days. Seems like I remember I did mine. So like that 90 days went by fast. And before I know it, I wasn't paying no attention, but hey, I done did this. I don't want to go back out to that world. I don't want to go back out to that world. I don't want nothing to do with that no more. I don't want no part of that. If I lose family, fine. But I gain another family. That's what you gain. You get another family. You you really don't lose your family. They just don't understand what it's doing, which is why because they have like what? Did you get Hosea 4:6?
God, sir. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
So this was wrong with a lot of the people. They're destroyed for lack of knowledge. They don't, like I said, they was never taught to follow the law, statute, commandments. So when you start doing, how are they gonna understand? When they told all the time the law is dead. They ain't gonna understand. They ain't gonna understand. They don't know how But first thing they don't say what they don't read. They say my pastor says. So when then you show them in the Bible, they don't want to see it in the Bible. They don't want to see it.
Yes, sure does.
They're like you hurt their eyes when you show them their words in the Bible. Okay, this is where we get this from right here. No, I don't want to hear that. My pastor said this. My pastor said that. Your pastor's a hypocrite. Go back to Matthew 23, go to 23.
23. Book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought you have to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
This is sort of Pharisees. They paying tithes and mint and cumin, but they have omitted the weight of things of the law. They mean they still like Christ taught them to forgive your brother, but they still putting them to death for any sin they do. And he came back to forgive them. To forgive them of their sins. Not kill them because they did something wrong. But that's what the Sadducees and Pharisees said. They quick to be up there praying and all that. But yet they punish the people for every little sin they do. They said they have omitted the way of the matters of the law, judgment, and mercy. They don't have no mercy. They judge and say, "Oh, you don't broke the law." Just like when Christ when they caught the woman in the act of adultery. or adultery. You know, they done already killed the man, so they brought the woman. You know, he said, you know, she been caught in the act of adultery. What should we do? Say, you know, he said, those who without sin cast the first stone. You know, and they know they had sin, so they dropped their stones and went on about their way. And Christ said, you know, he asked them, where are your accusers? So they're good, you know, they go and say, I don't accuse you. So this is what, this is what Christ taught to show forgiveness. You know, not so quick to down and talk about it and rebuke somebody. You know, you're supposed to have forgiveness. You know, forgiveness in your heart. And that's what Christ was teaching, you know, and that's what the scribes and Pharisees wasn't doing. You know, that's why he's talked about them all through Matthew, you know. Verse 26, 25, I mean.
Sir. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Hold on right there. He said, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. You know, it's just like you know, it's just like you clean up the outside of you, but you ain't cleaned on the inside. You know, your heart ain't clean. You know, that's basically what they're saying. You know, you got the outside looking good, but you ain't got the inside where it's gonna count your heart. That's where it counts. You know, that's got to be clean. So what good is you look good every day, but your clothes dirty? Clothes clean. I mean, clothes clean, but your body not clean. You know, that's some rough one right there. You know, you got on clean clothes, but you ain't bathed in 5 days. They ain't gonna do it. You know, it's no good. You carrying a Birkin bag, you know, but you ain't got no money.
Right.
You know, I mean, what good is it to have a $1,500 bag and you ain't got a dime off in it? You just showboat. You know, they ain't got $1 up in there. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Go to 26.
Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also.
Well, just saying, you know, you want to clean the inside, you know, but it's just like you want to be clean on the inside. So they make you clean on the inside, hey, you know, they make that outside look even better. Mm-hmm. You know, just like, you know, like the scribes and Pharisees, like so they love to wear those nice long garments, but yet they sell us all day long. They got a nice garment with the fringes and all that, the head pieces and all that, but yet they sons. You know, they like I said, they make the outside, from the eyes they look like holy men. On the inside, you know, they evil men. Mm-hmm. So that's, you know, so like I said, you know, just remind me, like I said, remind me when I first, let me see, when I first started learned about the truth. You know, I think I saw this. This when I learned that all the people that I was watching before I found the ISUK came from the ISUK. Like, you know, there was a guy named Brother Relation, and then you had the GOCC. I watched all of them on YouTube, you know. And kind of when I finally found the ISPK, I finally found out all those guys that I was watching came from one group. You know, all those guys, that was about 5-6 years ago. They came from all came from the ISPK where we at now. You know, and the name of their groups don't no longer exist. They don't been they don't died off and came something else. Let me see. Let's get verse 27.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanlinesses.
You still speaking on that. Hey, you look good on the outside, but I know you know what you are on the inside. You know, yeah, I know your heart. I know, hey, I know you how to like to be saved, praying in the streets. Love to be called, hey, Rabbi. You love to be called that. You know, love for men. Hello, sir. How you doing? You love all that, but yeah, you're evil. You know, you're evil and you're a sinner. And Christ saw that. You know, like I say, like Christ would. We started teaching when we was 12, right? You know, and he up in the school with those guys at a young age. So by the time he got grown, he was able to tell them. You know, and like about it, it was like I always wondered if Christ was so good, you know, he was so good. Why did they kill him? Until you read these scriptures right here, you know, and he say how he's saying woe unto them. No, he's saying death unto these scribes and Pharisees. I see why they wanted to kill him because he's telling them about themselves, and they weren't used to getting told about themselves. You know, what John the Baptist did, he got beheaded. But they said, well, they had a council board and said the Sadducees and Pharisees that Christ gonna die for the whole world. You know, he said, we're gonna lose our power and everything. You know, but Christ gonna die for the whole world because they were just fulfilling what the Most High wanted done anyway. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's do I think, yeah, verse 28.
Even so, ye outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisies and iniquity. Woe unto you.
Go ahead.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Yeah. Because you reveal the tombs of the prophets and garnish the porches of the righteousness, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophet. Yeah, yes, you would have. You know, like I said, it ain't no but lip service. Mm-hmm. Just like I said, everybody that died back then came back. You know, we believe in regeneration. You know, they say they wouldn't have did this, but they would have did it. You know, because like I said, when came down, what Christ was getting his disciples, what he had about 1,500. You know, and then when he came down to it, though, ended up being just 12. Mm-hmm. Just ended up being just 12. Let's see, that we can go to Mark just 7-6.
Mark 7-6, sir.
Kind of.
Wow. The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well has Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
This is a precept from another one, we're talking again about how the people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Don't you think the Most High know that? He knows you is not. I mean, they think they fooling somebody all the time. They get up all through the week. They sin. Sunday morning they get up, refresh, all holy. all holding everything, ready to go praise God. And then as soon as they get out, as soon as they get out, they finna go back doing what they was doing all through the rest of the week. Mm-hmm. All they sins, all that, but come Sunday morning, they want to be all holy and God. I said that to sister. They're talking about one sister all week or one brother all week, but the time you come to fellowship, you're all holy, you love that brother and all that. You don't love, you just don't love me. Well, let me see. Romans 2:16.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 16. And the day when God shall judge the secrets of men by Yahushua Mashiach, according to my gospel.
Go ahead.
Behold, thou art called a Jew, and rested in the law, and makest thy boast of God, and knowest his will, and Salakia, and approvest the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law, and art confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, a light of them which are in darkness, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which has the form of knowledge, and of the truth in the law.
All right, hold it right there. No, this is the last verse. An instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes. You know. Now, this is what they do in the ISUK. You know, they teach the foolish. They teach the babes, like like they said. We are. Like I remember when I first came in. I mean, I wasn't very sure everything. That I want to do this, but when the brothers told me, "Hey, just come to class." That's all they said to me. I had missed about 1 or 2 days. They just come to class. I came to class, and the rest is history. She came up there and was truly blessed when I came back. I was truly blessed. And I wasn't weak-minded behind it. Stayed about these laws, statutes, commandments, even though I admit I lost. Even though I ain't lose nothing. For as family, I didn't mind getting taught. I don't mind, younger men being over me, stuff like that. That didn't bother me. The first thing they like to say, you like taking orders? Like, that's what I got to do. Gotta, for everybody, you got to be like a babe. You got to be willing to be taught again. And that's what I was, ready for. Ready to be taught again. Because that Christian, you just don't know that Christian church they do is give you Stockholm syndrome. You had your loving oppressor. You loving an oppressor when you're supposed to be like David said, "Don't I hate them that hate you, Lord." That's what you want to be like. But, even I'm gonna end class right there. And say about the trooper, Yaquan, read for me and everything. Say to the brothers out there, Shalom Bashim, to the brothers out there, Shalom Yahweh Thumb Bashim, to the sisters out there. So I just pray, Louisiana, priest officer 500 Yahweh, say Shalom.
Shalom.